Are they ever going to lose their lessons? Learn their lessons. It's every time. It's every time now. And it's so frustrating because we know how good this team can be. And we wrote off one. Yeah, you can have one off game against Newcastle. No problem. We rotated 8 players. They came back into this game. We think, okay, let's go and pick this up. The worst thing is like everybody, people are complaining. It was coming. We were losing the game. We were too nice all over the pitch. We had a good start. Let's be honest. That's the annoying thing. We were really quite decent, to be honest. For the first 12 minutes, we were running the game. Partly because they kind of came off. And then Everton weren't in the game. Then they got some confidence. Everton were decent, but why did we let them play into the game? And we got punished for playing our kind of football. Can we just put our foot on the ball? Can we start? Can we just be nice? Sorry, don't be nice for once. Get into them, get going. And I'm fed up. I'm going to be honest. I'm kind of fed up with the way Leicester are performing at the moment. I was going to touch on the first 12 minutes. Ole, ole, ole. It was fun. Again, people are saying it. So predictable. You could see it kind of coming, Henry. I totally agree. I could see it coming. I looked at the 92nd minute when I think somebody had it was a let off. And you're thinking, just see the game out. There was so many opportunities for them to finish off the game. For Everton to finish off the game, we could have lost that game. We even in the second half, I trust Brendan Rodgers. We got into 45 minutes going, okay, Everton are slightly on top. It's time for Brendan Rodgers to work his magic, come out second half, control the game, slow the game down, play the football we need to play, put the ball in the back of the net. 2-0. Then we're like, okay, we're in a good position. If they get 2-1, then it's not too bad. I'm just so disappointed by Leicester, and it's such a shame because we weren't that great in the game. Considering the players that we had in the game, it's. I've seen some of the comments about Mendy. I'll talk about that in a second, but get them in when you can, and I'll try and bring them up. Oh, it's just too nice. We were too nice, too passive. And we didn't really click. And it was so frustrating because we know how good this team could be. I know I'll keep saying it again and again. And if we want to be challenging next season for the top 6, which our owners expect us to be, which Brendan Rodgers expects us to be, this kind of performance isn't good enough. Considering we rested people midweek, we came into this game going, right, full strength team, we want the 3 points. And it's not too much to ask for. Everton were there, and Everton, the grit and the determination, they outworked us, they outplayed us, they outmoved us for large portions of that game. And it's so frustrating, so disappointing for the fans that are going there all the way to the ground. That people that have took, like Ant, that have took time off and could have gone. Oh, it's just frustrating because we don't need to be this bad. We aren't this bad as a team. If we want to be competing at the top level of the table, we need to be putting in performances like putting Everton to bed. They were there for the taking. Defensively, they were quite good, but it's just we're back to where we were, dropping points. They just mentioned this on BBC Radio Leicester. I was just listening to this this morning / yesterday as well when they're speaking about we've lost 24 points from winning positions by taking the lead. Now you don't look at it that way, and credit to but. You don't always look at it that way and go, oh, we should have got 24 points more. But we have to be better at game management. And it's getting frustrating now. We did it against Palace. I thought, okay, we've turned a corner. No, we're still in it. Considering Johnny Evans, Wesley Fofana's back, Ricardo is back, Castagna is back. The players, we just in it. I'm sick of it. I'm going to be honest. There were so many opportunities. Again, Richarlison deserved the goal. He did, but we shouldn't have made it that easy, Chrissy. We shouldn't have made it that easy for him to get the goal. And it was coming. It was genuinely. Could anybody in the comments tell me that it weren't coming? He missed that shot again right in the first half. When was that? 17 minutes. I was like, how did that not go in? Then another one later, and then later on, he's going and 67 minutes where Tielemans gives the balls away and he misses that. Oh, Davis put a point in. Neil, we keep saying we are better and we are showing, but maybe this is an incorrect statement. We supposedly learn from all our mistakes. Why do we keep saying the same thing over and over? I don't know, David. I don't have a good answer for you that I can break it down. I don't. That is a great point, but I don't have a great answer. We can't learn our lessons. And whose fault is it? Is it Brendan's? Partially. The last game was the individual's fault. Tielemans should have put, as Ant was saying, Tielemans should have put Willock into the stands. There was in this game, even then, there was no. All I wanted to do, we were at 1-0. Cool. I'm not saying we should do what we did when we won the Premier League, but remember in the Premier League where we got the first goal, the first game that comes to mind is Southampton at home, where Wes Morgan got the goal, and second half we held our position. We put the things in place and we held down our position. And we it was squeaky bum time like it was in this game, but we didn't let the opponent create anywhere near as much opportunities because there was too many misplaced passes, too many hidden hopes just up the pitch. Let's see what we can do. We're a better team than this, and my internet is deciding it wants to die, which is frustrating. And I've just seen what people are putting in, and it's not. It's just not what we need. We need it. We just need to get the win from somewhere because it's just not happening at the moment. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Hopefully my internet will pick up. Again, I'm just looking at that in the background. Should have put it away. We should have put the game clear. Some selfish moments, poor decisions in the final third. It wasn't just in the final third, to be honest. I think some of the play that we made coming through, again, apologies if my internet is cutting out a little bit. Nothing I can do. We needed to control the game, and if it means passing it around the back, it means getting to the midfield and pushing into their third, like we did a couple of times in the second half, but nowhere near enough. Where we push, we shorten the pitch, we play in their thirds, we pass the ball around the back, and we wait for the right opportunity. I'm happy to do that, and if it doesn't lead to a goal, cool. People just try and pop shots from outside the box. People were a few times they were just trying and then just hitting it, and the defender was in. Yeah, I can block quite easily. Oh. It's just I don't know. I genuinely don't know because that goal was coming. That goal was coming from them, and we didn't learn. And I don't see how we don't learn. We keep getting punished and punished. Let's control the game. Let's take this game away from Everton. They aren't a good side this season. They were a great side in the past when they were finishing 7th last season. They've come right off a cliff, and we let them come into the game. Now, if the team comes into the game by their own fruition, we need to go, no, this is not good enough. We're going to hold this position. And we didn't. And we genuinely didn't. Back to where we were. There was a few opportunities. We created some good opportunities. We couldn't put them in the back of the net. But we didn't create enough opportunities to actually go and win the game. And that's the most frustrating thing. Because we should have just, again, if you go, no, I'm not going to let this happen. Barnes didn't do much, to be honest. I know he got his goal, and after that, he went really quiet. KDH, again, was great, all over the pitch, running his socks off, taking the ball back, winning the ball back from midfield. And when he did, it was a kind of a pass over to the other side, and then it all kind of fell apart. I don't know how many players are actually playing for this team. And I'm going to be honest, looking at today's performance and the strength of the team we had out, considering, yes, we rested. I could make the excuse for Newcastle and we could say, do you know what? I'm not going to analyze this too much. We need to go. And this is a good point from Ethan as well. We need to be clinical against Roma. We do. We genuinely do need to be clinical against Roma. But this we can't play like this against Roma. We'll get destroyed. Have you seen the form Tammy Abraham is in? We will get absolutely destroyed. And what was the problem? Why couldn't we just defend? Can we play as a team? No. I mean, some people are saying something I was going to say off. Why did he take Mendy off? I don't think Mendy did anything great. He did okay. Daniel Amati, I was surprised. I was like, okay, we're going to move to a 3-5-2. 3-5-2 and then play out. So we're playing more attacking football. Then put Johnny Evans in the middle, Amati to the right, Wesley Fofana to the left, or the other way around. But he put the straight swap in. Why don't you put Chowdhury in? He's the kind of player we needed in that game. We needed that child to go, no, I'm going to win the ball. I'm going to be aggressive. And I don't know what has happened between him and Chowdhury, but this was the game where we needed a Chowdhury. Mendy was okay, and I'm ranting a little bit, but I'm frustrated because we're a better team than this. We've shown we're a better team than this, and it's just losing in extra time. What is that? 29 points? Yeah, it's somewhat like that, somewhat ridiculous. Bored of it. Yeah, I'm just frustrated. Chrissy puts in again. Thanks for your comment, Chrissy, and everybody that's getting your comments in again. What's it called? I have no faith that in this team we're getting extra time. How many times have we let in a goal? It's been too much. It's been too many times. And when you have a 1-0 lead, it's not enough in the Premier League. You need 2 at a minimum, because teams will come back and teams will come and fight you. And there isn't an excuse, because I think Everton played. Did they play at the weekend? But we need to be rearranging these games and going for them. And there was a slim chance of us looking up the table and seeing where we could go. This was one of our games in hand, guys, and we've not taken advantage of it. Typical Leicester. So yeah, I think people in the comments saying Hamza for Mendy. I think Hamza would have been the right choice to see out the game. And I would have bought him on earlier. I would have bought him on at 70 minutes and gone, right, put Barnes. Iheanacho had a bit of a stinker, I'm not going to lie. He's bringing players into the game, but at times he was so deep and nobody was getting either side. If you're playing Iheanacho, you need somebody to whip around the sides, and we didn't provide that at all. And it's yeah, we need people to run off it, and we didn't have that, and we didn't when we changed formations, it just didn't work. Where is it gone? We are literally beyond the 90 at the moment. We are beyond the 90 minutes we concede. Some stupid pun there, but you get my point. Chris is here. I'm pissed off and not happy. We played until the fireworks. We stopped playing after 90. Bad game management, and that's not from Brendan Rodgers. That's the mentality of the players. And so I've criticised Rodgers in the past, and I will continue to criticise Rodgers when he gets stuff wrong. But in this match, it's not over. It is not over, and we've conceded once again last minute of the game. 2 separate squads, biggest first team squad that we've had, the strongest team arguably that we could have played, but potentially you're looking at, yes, Harvey Barnes comes out, Lookman comes in. That team is big enough to get there. Oh, it's just not good enough. I'm sorry, but considering the team that we are, the squad that we have, and where we're trying to go to, the only players I could really credit Wesley Fofana was, I wouldn't say he was electric. He was decent enough today. Johnny Evans, at times he was shouting at the defense, go, where is everybody? Why are you not helping me and backing me up? I remember a moment where he got pinned into the corner by Gordon, and he ended up professionally playing, hit him in, and it came out. Maddison, I think, played decently for decent spells of the game. Should have finished his chance a little bit more, but I'm not blaming too much because there were good blocks. So we got an Everton fan in. Hello, Everton fan. When you say you're the greatest of all time, a greatest of all time wouldn't be all the way down near, what position are you? Nearly relegated. 29 points in April. I would think so. But hopefully doing well, mate. Let's see what happens at the end of the season. Again, we've got you at home in a couple of weeks as well. So what do you think about that for you Everton fans? Leave it in the comments what you think we're going to do, and we'll get back to it. Clearly a national needs a strike partner. I know, but that's not the way that we're playing at the moment. And probably the most likely player is it did work against PSV. It did work where we had Nacho and Daka up together with, I think, Lookman on the left hand side. It did kind of work and play together, but yes, it's fine. I think. Why is Maddison playing down the right? He's playing a free roam position. I don't mind Maddison playing that position, because one thing I was going to say, Maddison's hard work, I think the KDH effect has had a rub off on him. Since KDH has come into the side, Maddison has really stepped up and working off the ball, pushing forward, playing from the front, trying to pressure, and it was great to see. But I put, when was it? What minute did I put in? 20 minutes. I put need a second goal to sink Everton. We needed that. We played and we didn't work. And you can look at it either way. This Everton team, has lost twice to Norwich. Yes, they beat Man United, and Man United are in a sinkhole at the moment. But we need to learn. We need to learn to play football better, and it's just frustrating, so frustrating. And it's the hope that kills you, isn't it? With Leicester City and with any football team, it's the hope that kills you. And I don't want to be that team that are nearly boys, because we don't. We're better than the nearly boys. We went all the way to the FA Cup final and won it. That's not nearly boys. We're a good team, and it's just frustrating. So frustrating. If you've got any more thoughts, I mean, we're looking at we'll go through some of the lineups and some of the formations and things like that. 4-2-3-1, pretty much the team that everybody expected with the 7 changes. So the only players that carry on from the other game are Tillemans, KDH, Schmeichel, and Mendy, I think. Madison? I think Madison started in the other game. No, Perez started. Nacho up front. He looked isolated. He didn't look like he was in the game really too much. Maddison through the middle. Maddison I enjoyed to play, but he needs other people working. KDH, I think, he had a good game, a good to great game, and credit to him. He works his socks off. He's one that plays for the badge, that doesn't give up to the final minute. And we're just seeing other players. It just seems like they down tools. You're looking at Tillemans, and it just didn't happen. We need to rebuild this team in the summer, and there's some players that I'd rebuild it around. One of the players, so what I've got at the moment again is Strike Force, Iheanacho, Daka, someone like that. But it's not certain. There's certain players that I want to build the team around in the summer, and I'm already talking about the summer because this is going to keep happening. I mean, we're going to have I don't want this to be the same. I mean, I like doing post matches, but performances like this, I don't want to be copy and paste every single game, put it onto the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one until the end of the season. And we're only playing for Europa League. Sure, we've got Europa League, but we've not got that for a couple of weeks. Concentrate on this. Make sure we win this game right now, and then we can worry about Europa League later. Because it's not guaranteed. Roma are a good team. As we found out, PSV at home didn't quite work out. Rennes at home worked out. So there's certain players, again, coming back to my point, that we're going to have to build a team around in the summer. Then people are Fofana would be I'm trying to go for the spine. Fofana, KDH, Maddison. They're my 3 that I'm thinking, right, if we need a rebuild, because some of the players are right. Tillemans, he played some good positions, but I don't know what we're doing with the players and with him. And I think somebody put in earlier, I don't agree with people coming back in the position, and I agree. Coming to that centre back position, that centre mid position, Tillemans is the kind of person when you need a firefighter next to him. And Mendy did okay. He did good at times. But we need to change it up more. We need to... Did Brendan Rodgers... What do you guys think? Do you think Brendan Rodgers got his substitutions right? For example, I think Barnes for Lookman, good substitution. I thought Iheanacho for Daka, good substitution. Possibly too late as well, again, because he made the 67th. Oh, sorry. And then the other one as well, Daniel Amati for Mendy. For me, that didn't make sense. Daniel Amati has been a centre-back for the last 2 years. When's the last time that Daniel Amati played in midfield? I can't remember. When he broke his leg, was it then? On that awful day with Vichai's helicopter crash? Was it then that he was playing in midfield? I can't remember. I think Tillemans is missing in Diddy. He's gassing himself by doing the wall right than he used to. We know Tillemans, but he's not a CDM. Cool. But when you've got his work on the ball, his just holding the ball. At times, when he lost the ball and Richarlison should have put it away again, it could have been embarrassing today. And you can understand where Everton are where they are. But we needed 3 points. We didn't need 3 points. We should have taken 3 points. And that's not being big-headed. Just looking where Everton are and looking where we are. The game management's so poor. It's so poor. And I was just stinking up the club. And they had corner after corner, free kick after free kick, giving them away. And it's just like, when is this going to end? And we just need this kind of the grit and determination that KDH shows and Fofana shows at times. It was great to see Fofana jumping up the pitch, going, right, I'm trying to win something, and trying to go all the way down that side of the pitch. He didn't really have that. He didn't really have that today. Lookman was doing okay in parts. I think he was good. He tried. He was working back, and he'd be a player I wouldn't build a team around, but I'd be more than happy to give him a permanent contract and have him as a team, as part of the squad. I think he'd work fantastically. But when we got the ball from Everton, Everton were direct. They knew what they wanted to do. They knew where they wanted to go. They knew who they wanted to target. And even if it didn't work up, they go, fine, they've tried. When we got the ball, can we honestly say we did that? Some parts I think we did. But when we're going forward, and when the ball was going to Castagna, and even to KDH, I know KDH did some good play, but times, especially when it was coming to Tillman, so Castagna, I rate Castagna. I really like Castagna, but he didn't give me that, oh wow, we're going to get through this game. There was some nice link-up play. Barnes was another disappointment. Took his goal well, sure, but you need to add more than that, Barnes. You need to work for the team, and he did work back for the team. But going forward, we need you to be that outlet. When everything's going wrong, we need you to be the man that stands up and goes, right, I'm going to drag this team through. And we've got one in the centre midfield. We've got them in a centre back. We've got it in Schmeichel, again, did a few decent saves today. But we can't. We can't keep doing this. It shows such a weak mentality, and it's not the manager's fault. I'm happy to blame the manager when it needs to be, but not today. Not today, because it's not good enough. It isn't good enough. Twice in a row, you think you'd learn your lessons. Dave, I remember David's comment earlier where he said, "Oh, we think you'll learn lessons, but have we?" And the answer is no. And have I got an answer why? No. We can't just go, "Oh, it's your Conference League. Everything else is off," because we've not got that this week. We've got that next week, and even then, that's not the mentality we want to have. We want to be changing up 8 of the squads, and then 8 players like we did against Newcastle. Change the quality of the opposition, and we come back into the game and we keep firing. And making the 7 substitutions, you can't say to me today, you looked at that team and went, that team should beat Everton. That team, in the form that Everton are in, with the horrible things that are going on behind the scenes, with Everton falling off a cliff. Yeah. We should have beaten that team. That team that went out today, defensively, I was looking at getting a clean sheet. I was looking at getting that clean sheet. Even if this game had finished 1-0, I would have been saying some of the things still about the misplaced passes. We still about the not being nice. Why are we being so nice? I don't understand. The players are, I don't care. And the reason why I'm pissed off is because I know how much it means to play for the club. And you see players like Tielemans and Fofana, Maddison today. He didn't have his opportunities, but he tried. He gave it a good go, and it didn't pay off for him. And they had some gilt-edged chances that Richarlison should have put away a lot more. You could argue that we did, but we didn't create enough of them, and we didn't create our luck. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you have to have a bit of luck to be on your side, and we didn't create our own luck. In the same way that Everton deserved that goal, to be perfectly honest with you. Everton deserved that goal coming at the 92nd minute. A draw was a good result for them. It was a result that was deserved as well. Let's be real. Everton deserved that draw. They worked for it. They fought for it. They had a horrible 12 minutes at the beginning, and we were ole, ole, ole. And then what? And then what did the team show us after that? Everton came into the game at half time on top. We needed to go and see out the game, and we didn't. And it's really gutting and disappointing, a real stomach punch. And just after a few days, you would have thought you had learned your lesson after the Newcastle performance. And we haven't. We haven't learned our lesson. Oh dear. Just looking at some of your comments, and yeah, I agree with some of them. We talked about a clear out. I don't even want to talk about a clear out. I know I've just have, but with this mentality, it just needs to go in the bin. Top is going to be furious. How the hell have you done this? I didn't spend this kind of money, man. I know what values we have at this club, and the fans do, but we didn't have that at all. And I thought we turned a corner. I genuinely thought we turned a corner. After the 4 games, we were looking up. Yeah, some good passage of play. People from injuries are coming back. No, not this. Not this game. I Neil Mystery changed my mind. That's kind of where I'm at the moment. If give me a performance to get behind, and a lot of the performance today wasn't good enough. Everton were on top for large portions of that game, and nobody can tell me that Everton are a better side than Leicester City. If you match that 11 for 11 and the form they're in and where they are in the table, and yes, they're fighting for their lives, but they weren't defending for their lives. They were playing us off the park. They were getting through the midfield. Where did I put this? Within what's it gone? Somewhere. Everton came into the game after 12 minutes, and they continued to push, and we had no pushback really, and we needed somebody to put in a crunching tackle and keep going. But we didn't have that. That grit, that determination, that desire is missing. And it's something that we've credited to Leicester as part of our DNA for a long time. It's not there. And you compare this performance. Let's compare this performance to 6 days ago when we were playing against PSV and we said the exact opposite. Passion, desire, learning, substitutions were right, all these little things. Not in this game. It didn't happen at all. We have bottled our chances of pushing into that space. I mean, if you take the Premier League table at the moment, let me just refresh this and bring it up on screen, where we should be and where we are at the moment, or where we should be, it doesn't matter. 31, that was one of our games in hand. 41 points, we could have closed this gap. If we had taken a point and then another win, we'd be on, yeah. Ifs, buts, and maybes. Football doesn't work on maybes. Football works on this. Win, draw, one, loss, draw. It's still not a bad run of form, but it's in the way that we've lost. I'm not trying to say that, we deserve to win every single game. Put in a performance. Put in a performance that we could be proud of. And do you know what? If Everton plays off the park and we defended with our lives and and our midfield was stood strong, I can say, do you know what? Fair play to Everton. Not this game. Not this game. Oh, disappointing. Disappointing. I thought this was going to be a 3 points for us. And we didn't deserve 3 points. Everton's fans, if you're watching this late, I appreciate you. But you deserve that draw. You played that game the way you wanted to play it, and we kind of let you. And that's the disappointing factor. If you've enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, all this good stuff. We've got Villa next. No idea what's going to happen there. We'll see everybody in that video. Thank you very much for watching. We appreciate all of your comments and the little rant sessions that we have. We're going to have a special guest for the Sunday game. So Saturday game. I keep thinking Sunday because we're playing Europa League and Conference League. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll see everybody in the next video. So goodbye.